I will help you in 8 to 10 minutes, as much as I can, to get you funded $100,000 in 12 months, 0% interest in the United States. Okay, banks are going to give you that amount of money, gentlemen, if you do it properly. Okay, you gotta do 3 steps. Number 1, if you are a non-US citizen, you gotta get your ITIN sorted out. That's an identification number, 9 digits, similar to the social security number, and that allows you to enter the American credit score. You know, these credit reports, there are 3 bureaus in the United States. You have Equifax, you have Experian, you have TransUnion. Different banks, for example Chase, Bank of America, report to different bureaus. So you want to have your credit score as high as possible in all 3. Why? Because to get this $100,000 or more in business funding, it takes information from the personal level. And it makes sense. Imagine that you are going to give money to somebody. You want to know that that person is a good creditor. It's somebody that can give you the money back. So why are you going to give money to a friend that does not have a history of paying back the money on time and fully? So that's why the American system has this credit score, which is 5 different areas. Okay, you have the length of credit. So for how many years did you have credit in the United States? Also, how many accounts you have? Okay, revolving accounts. What's the mix? You have credit cards, but do you also have loans or mortgages? So let's say you have all these 3 that I gave as an example. You're gonna get higher credit score than somebody that just has credit cards. Why? Because they will understand, the banks, that you are able to pay back different products, different types of money that they lend you, different time frames. For example, the credit cards usually are on a monthly thing, the loans, the mortgages are on a longer term. So you want to have a credit mix. Then, what else? The limits. Okay, that also influences your credit score, that it's tied again to your ITIN. That's the step number 1. So the higher the limit in all your revolving accounts that you have, it means that more banks were okay giving you more money. So let's say that a bank gives you $10,000, another credit card $5,000, another $10,000 more, you have $25,000. That proves to other banks, oh, this person is being given $25,000. Why other banks give him $25,000? Well, let me give him 10 more. While if 2 banks give you $1,000 and another $2,000, why banks only give this person $4,000? So they're gonna look at you like, should I give this person $10,000? Should I be the first bank that gives this person $10,000? So the credit score has different parts. You can check that. It's a graph called the FICO score graph. And when you increase it, okay, you start with 300, which is the worst credit score that you can have. You increase it, to 720, which is a great credit score. And then you can get it to 800s or more, which is excellent. But with 720, usually it's the threshold where you start getting the best cards. And when you get the best cards, you can not just accumulate more points and miles faster, because the best cards are going to give you 3 or 4 or 5 points per each dollar. But the thing is, you have more cards, so as I mentioned, the more cards you have, the better your credit score is going to be if you are able to handle all these cards, to manage them at the same time. So what can you expect? So you have $5,000 in personal expenses, and then you have $45,000 in business expenses. Let's say that on average, because you have these great credit cards, well, some give you 2x, some 3x, some 5x. On average, let's say 3x. 3x on these $5,000 a month on personal expenses, let's say rent, let's say dining, traveling, etc. Then it means 15,000 points. Plus the $45,000 that you spend on a business level, let's say that's 2x, okay, with the cards that you have on average. So 45 twice, it's 90,000 points. So we have 90,000 plus 15,000, that's 105,000 points. What's the value you can get out of that? One thing is accumulating points, and the other is knowing how to redeem these points. So when you earn these points, is good because you have these cards, but then you need to know how to redeem them, because there's people who suck, so who are literally like stupid when redeeming the points. They do it in ways that do not make sense. When I study the cases, it's like, God damn it, where did you learn that? There's like amateurs and professionals in everything, and also in redeeming points. You can redeem points at 1-to-1 value, but you can also transfer the points. For example, I'm gonna give you a tip here. Chase points or Amex points, do it through a transfer portal. So for example, the Chase points into Hyatt. The Amex points could be for an airline, okay? And there's a 25%, 30% increase in the points when you transfer them. So you're getting free points redeeming, and also then doing the study of the business class flight, the first class flight. If you know where to search, there are specific websites that do all this for you, and you don't even need to do it yourself. Can you have an assistant? Yes, you can. And that's a hack that the wealthiest individuals and the smartest do. If you are making $100,000, $200,000, you shouldn't be spending time redeeming points. You know, it's like when my mother goes to the supermarket and has this, frying pan that when you accumulate 120 points, they give you a free frying pan. It reminds me of that. You don't need to accumulate points like your mom or your grandmother, okay? You accumulate the points, but let them, somebody else, your assistant or our assistant, because we also have a done for you service for that. You will know more at the end. You will have the links in the description. But if you want to do it yourself, okay, but have an assistant. Train somebody that watches the videos on the system on how to do this, and then they will redeem the points at a value of 5x what other people are getting, because you will know how to transfer them, you will know with what airlines, you will know the loyalty programs, how they work, or your assistant will know how to do that, and then voila, you are leveraging all the money that you are spending regardless. Now you're using it instead of debit cards with credit cards, and then it's redeemed on their own, because you will have somebody that will know this system, that will implement it for you, and you will just reap the benefits. You'll be flying business class, first class, around the world, not even doing nothing. Somebody will take care of it for you. So we're saying 3 different steps. Number 1, get the ITIN, get into the credit score system. Number 2, prepare your personal credit score high enough with the great credit cards, etc., to not just get the best points per dollar, but also to start getting this FICO score, this credit score up, because the business takes the personal credit score as a reference to give you more business funding, which is the promise of this video. $100,000 or more in business funding. But then you need to prepare your profile for business funding. So how do you do that? We have this cool music here and people clapping at that. Yes, the credit score is high. Okay, how do you do that? First of all, you need an H corp, helps. Okay, we need to look at the length of the business. You need to look at how many years your company has been operating on the United States. And here's a hack. You don't need to do it yourself. Okay, buy your company and let it age. There's something called shelf companies or aged corps. So what you do is you basically buy a corporation that's been inactive for many years, because this is a business model for some people. They buy a company, they keep it active, like legitimate and everything on track to sell it later. So somebody do it with wine, somebody do it with whiskey, some people do it with companies. Okay, they let it sit on a shelf to age better over time and then sell it for a higher price. So you're buying a 9-year-old H corp, let's say in New Mexico. They change the names of the owners. Now you are the owner of that company, and then you incorporate it, let's say you register it in Miami, in Florida, okay, to be more accurate. Go to Miami banks, they see that you have a company from New Mexico registered in Florida, and it's perfect. They look at it and they see, wow, 9 years. Most businesses fail at year 1, most businesses fail at year 2. Many businesses, like the majority, don't make it past year 5. 9 years, this is solid. Let's give him $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 more dollars for 12 months at 0% interest, because you used, and they will not know, but you used the aged corp strategy. Okay, so we have these to give more credibility on the bank, on the business side. On the personal side, they didn't give you the tip, but here you have it. You can have primaries, okay, which is companies that buy debt and then reassign it to you basically for a cost. So your credit score goes up. That's primaries. Or authorized user. I will create another video because it's more complex than this simplification. But also you have authorized users, which means that if somebody has a credit card, let's say with $20,000 limit, and had that card for 8 years, okay, remember that these two factors, the limit on the cards and the years of the card, both improve your credit score or the owner's credit score. What you can do is that person can put you as an authorized user of that card. That means that in theory, you have the potential, to spend money with that card. But of course, the card is delivered to their home with your name, but you will never get access to that card. But because you have a card and you are an authorized user of that main card, that main account, you can now have it as part of your revolving accounts. It appears on your credit report. What does that mean? It means that you add age to your average cards. So let's say you have a card of 1 year, and then one of 8 years, the new one that you are an authorized user, boom, 1, 1, and 8, it's 10. 10 divided by 3, it's 3.3333, right? Versus having 3 cards of 1 year. 1, 1, 1 divided by 3, it's 1. So boom, you increased 2.3333 years in your history, and that improves your credit score. Also, if you had 3 cards, let's say 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, that's $6,000 divided by 3 cards. It's an average of $2,000 per card. But if you have, as I said, 2,000, 2,000, and 20,000, it's 24K divided by 3, it's 8K on average per card. So you went from 2 to 8. Boom, credit score goes up massively. And these are shortcuts that we use with our clients to get results like this, the ones that you see on the screen. This, we're gonna put it over here. Why? Because we shortcut. What takes you years of building the credit score and credit score going up and using the card and paying it on time, etc. We just shortcut that because I'm all about shortcuts. I'm all about speed. People with money value time. If you're a wealthy individual, you value time more than money, like I do, like many of our clients do, if not all of them. That's why they join. And they use our expertise, and they use our context, and they use strategies like the H corp, the authorized user, the primaries, to just go directly, get the best cards, the best points, get the traveling experience, the business class, the first class, much sooner than other people. Instead of getting it in 2 years, you can get it in 4 months. Why? Because you are just shortcutting your way up to the good rewards, the benefits that you want. When you see these people saying, oh, I booked this flight from Dubai to Miami, business class, for free with points. Well, you can take the slow route and take years to get to those rewards because you're not going to open the account and boom, instantly get that. Or you can use these shortcuts in your favor and get it sooner. Start living this life, start getting this point hacking, luxury travel hacking faster that not even you, but your assistant or our assistant can do for you. So you get all the rewards just by channeling the expenses instead of debit cards and transfers, wire transfers, ACH transfers, using banks like Wise and Revolut that don't give you any perk. Instead of that, using Chase, Bank of America, TD Bank, you have PNC, you have many banks in the United States. I'm getting excited talking about this because there's so much you can do that, God damn it, you just need to learn it, okay? It's about the Pareto law, Our clients, I always tell them, learn the 20% that is going to give you the 80% of benefits and results and this luxury lifestyle just for free, so you can use that money for other things. Or you want the funding, as I mentioned in this video, $100,000 in funding. When you then have the H corp, your credit score, personal credit score app, etc., you go to the bank, ask, hey, bank number 1, Chase, give me a credit card. Boom, $40,000 limit, great. Then you go to Bank of America, repeat, hey, I want a card, $40,000 more, great. Then you go to PNC, they give you 30,000, boom, you have 110. Then you go to the next one, they give you 20,000, boom, 130. And you rinse and repeat, and because your profiles are so optimized, you can just get the best of the best. You see how this game works? So this is what I want to teach you, because restaurants, hotels, now I'm in Marbella, I'm at Boho Club. You can be in these places, you can enjoy I paid for this, which is dining category, and as you know, you can have cards that give you 3x the points for dining category. So boom, you accumulate just by inviting somebody here. We had a great chat, business chat with a gentleman a few minutes ago, and boom, points, just by doing nothing, living my life. But points accumulate at the rate that eventually you just travel the world for free and stay at the best hotels for you. You want to invite your partner, you want to invite other women, you want to invite your friends, your family. Just use the points, because you can use it for you can use it for them. This is the power of this system. Personal expenses, business expenses, all go through these pieces of plastic and metal that get you flights like this all throughout the year in business and first class for cheaper than economy. I made a video explaining exactly how to do it. Check it out right now.